Goblin. Are you ready to yap?
Hey Goobs, it's Goblin. Today we have someone who's written and published over 160 books, is the Queen of Spurs, will make you wish that a blue alien kidnapped you next, and is truly one of my favorite authors of all time. This is Ruby Dixon. Hi! I'm,
Hi, thanks for having me.
of course, I'm so happy you're here. Thank you for being on.
Absolutely.
Yay. Okay, I would love to get started and ask you about what got you into writing.
Um, I always wrote when I was younger. I was the dork in high school with a journal full of fanfic. And but I never really thought about it being a career. I wanted to do archaeology until my senior year in high school, and my art teacher gave everybody like a sheet of how much common careers actually make a year. And archaeology was like $18,000 a year.
Oh my
And
God.
like Burger King employee was like above that. And I was like, oh my God.
What?
And yeah, and we had grown up without a lot of money. And I was like, well, that's off the table.
Yeah.
So I didn't know what to do with myself at that point. And I got like several jobs like right out of high school, kind of went to college, but it kind of like burst my bubble and I didn't know what to do with myself. And then I was watching a movie one weekend and I hated my office job and I felt trapped there because it paid decent. And I was watching a movie and it had a terrible ending. And I was like, I could write a better ending than that. And I was like, maybe I'll write a book. And I wrote one and it took like 2 years and it was dreadful, dreadful. But I was really jazzed that I could actually write a book. And so then I wrote another and another, and like 4 or 5 manuscripts later, I got an agent. And then, like, a couple books later, I got a book deal. And then it kind of went on from there. And I started self-publishing when Kindle first came out. And not under Ruby Dixon. Ruby Dixon came into being in 2015 when they came up with Kindle Unlimited. And I was like, well,
Okay.
I want to try a new name. That way, when you see Ruby Dixon, you'll see that it's Kindle Unlimited, which has
Okay.
changed slightly in 10 years because I
Yeah.
do have some books with Berkeley and Ace that are not in Kindle Unlimited, but pretty much everything else is. So
Yeah.
that's
Wow, that's so
for short.
interesting. I didn't
Yeah.
know that you had like a previous publishing career before.
I did. I was not like not a big author, but I had had a couple of books that had success, and I was excuse me, I was kind of burnt out on what I was writing.
Mm.
And I was feeling very like in a lull on what I was publishing. And I was like, I need to write something fun to kind of jazz myself up again, to remember why I love writing.
Yeah.
And so I started picking through old projects and I was like, I'm going to do something completely different. And I pulled out one that was a manuscript where a woman crash lands on a planet and meets an alien. And in the initial story, the aliens had like superpowers because of the parasite in them. And I was
Okay.
like, well, superpowers didn't end up happening, but I liked the idea of the parasite being like, oh, it picks this person and it picked, this human and paired them together. And it kind of became Ice Planet Barbarians. And it was like my weird little baby. And I was like, either people are really gonna like be as jazzed for this as I am, or they're gonna be like, this chick is super weird and it's just gonna flop. And that will tell me that my weirdness has no place in my writing. But clearly that's not the case.
No.
So it turned out great.
That is so cool. Did you always write about love or
Yeah, my prior names. I had a couple. I think most indie authors that have been around for a while have had a couple where they tried
yeah.
things. But always romance. I've always
Okay.
been a romance writer. Yep. Yep.
Wow, that's so cool.
Yeah.
I did not know that. That's really, really cool. So with Ice Planet Barbarians, also obviously you went like in a completely different direction.
Yes.
Did you always know they were going to be blue? Did you always know like the little things like the
I
spur?
I
Was
tend
that
to world build as I go. Yes, I first
okay?
the spur. No, I'm just kidding. No, I tend to world build as I go, and I pitch things into the story, and if they work, they stay. And if by the time I get to the end of the book, if something doesn't work, I pull it back out when I do
Okay.
like the next draft or whatever. So the first round is just let's see what happens if I throw this in there. And when I was coming up with it, I like the idea of like, oh, maybe their skin feels different, maybe because like initially it's just like, okay, he's like the Worf type alien. He's a slightly different shade. He's got
Yeah,
ridges on his forehead, and that's like it. But I didn't want to go too gross because I still want it to be somebody that you could
too
see yourself
gross.
with romantically.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Like I read one of Arlie Smith's books, and I love Arlie Smith. And they had a book where the hero was a bug alien. And I was like, that's a little too much for me.
You
I
said that's
can't
not
do
me.
that. Yeah. I was like, no. So mine are a little more human looking, but like when I was designing things, I was like, what if he has a spur? And like, we'll see how that plays out. And what if he has a tail and maybe some horns to hold on to? And we kind of throw things in there and see what works, and the end result is there at the end of the book when everything is polished. And I'm like, I don't hate that. So, yeah.
Wow, that's so cool. Do you find yourself bored of the story? Like you've written so many of them. How do you keep that inspiration flowing after
I
so
don't
many?
find it boring. The only thing that makes me pause is I have so much story at this point, and this
Yeah.
character is here, and this character is here, that I have to go back and like refresh myself and reread a bunch of things before I can tackle the next story. So that's
Wow.
really the only thing that makes me stop because everybody's like, oh, it all stays in my head forever. No, I don't. I forget their names. I forget who is where. So it's in my head when I'm writing. And then the
Yeah.
moment the book is done, it's like my brain is like on to the next problem. So I have to go back over things. I think that's one reason why I've slowed down with the Ice Planet clones releases
Yeah.
is because there's so much world and there's so many characters and everybody's like, "Oh, everybody from Croatoan should come visit." And I'm like, that is a nightmare of management, but I love the idea.
Yeah.
So it's just me kind of like figuring out where to go. That being said, I've been working on Romantasy recently,
Mm.
and I've been having a hankering to get back to my Ice Planet and work on some characters. So early next year, we're going to try and get some Ice Planet stuff going. So
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, I mean, I'll just obviously I'm not writing it, but I'll just read a book and then the next day I recently read this book and the next day somebody started reading it and asked me about a character or was like, "Oh my gosh, blank is so hot." And I was like, "Who's that?" I
yes, I'm the same. Like I read Leigh Bardugo's The Familiar, and it was on sale recently. So I bought a copy for my mom because she likes romantasy. And I
Yeah.
was like, you should read this. It's about 500 pages because I don't remember anything. I just remember that I liked it.
Yes, that's so
So yeah.
me. Like I will love a book, I will wreck it. I'll be like, "This is what you need to read. Don't ask me about it. I don't
And
know
I have
anything."
friends that remember the, oh, remember this part in this book? And I'm like, nope, I
Nope.
sure don't. But that's why rereading is fun because it's like a brand new book.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, I get to experience all this all over again. This is great.
Oh
So,
my gosh. Do
big
you
fan of a
ever
reread.
do you ever reread your own books and are like, "Oh, look at that."
Yes. Yes, I tend to reread the Ice Planet Barbarian stuff when I'm trying to remember like where a
Yeah.
storyline was. And I'm like, oh, that was a good sentence. That was me. And then sometimes I run across something and I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, that was me. So it just depends, but it does get a little cringy. I can't listen to the audio because somebody reading it out loud just like
Oh yeah,
destroys little bits of my soul. So
I can
I just can't.
imagine.
Yeah.
I couldn't imagine. I even I was talking about this yesterday, but I can't like it's really hard for me to rewatch podcasts because it's like an
Oh,
hour of like perceiving myself and
yes.
hearing me talk and I'm like, "Oh my God, I have to do this every week."
Yes, you're like, why do I sound like that? Why does
Yeah.
my hair look so bad?
Yeah.
Yes. I'm
Or like I stutter really bad. I'm like, "Oh my gosh, please, this is too
And that's one
much."
reason why I don't like to show my face on like a lot of podcasts
Yeah.
or in pictures because I think a lot of women have like issues with like how they look in photos.
Mm.
And as an author, you're getting your photo taken a lot.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I always hate it. So some of it masking is because like I value privacy. I value my face not being everywhere on the internet, especially with AI. But some of it is like
Mm.
I just don't like the way I look in photos. And so that's me being like, okay, people are going to want to meet me and take a picture with me. You can, but like at least if this part is covered, then I'm like, I don't hate it as much. It's weird. It's mental thing. It's a mental thing. So,
Yeah, but that's so fair. One thing that I talk about a lot is confidence is a muscle that you have to work all the time.
yes.
And people compliment me a lot because I'm on my story or I post reels or obviously I have this podcast and so my face is just everywhere. And if you were just looking at me, you would assume that I'm like super confident and I just like don't care and all of that. And I talk about confidence is fake and it's a fake thing that I decided one day to have. And what were you gonna say?
Oh, I was like, that's amazing. My confidence muscle is very flabby. So,
Yeah, I
good
mean,
job if yours is like,
it was all fake. It never existed until one day I was like, I'm gonna do this because I'm tired of not liking what I look in the mirror. So I'm just gonna
sure,
like
sure.
pretend that I do. And it's been really cool because I've gotten to a place where I can, but it's still hard every day. And I tell people, I'm like, you may look at me and think I have no problems, but it's still something I
Yeah.
work on every day.
Hard every day is a great
Yeah.
way to describe it because like every woman has woken up one morning, you're like, oh, why are my clothes tight? Why is my face
Yes.
bloated? Hormones, but we forget
Of
and we're just
course.
like, oh, this is how it is now,
Yeah.
Yeah. So I like the idea of it being something that you battle against every day. I mean, I don't like that idea, but I think that's a
Yes.
smart way of posing it.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't get
So,
better as you get older too. You just find new things to obsess over.
I mean, I my thought is if the world sucks so much, I've got to at least be nice to myself because like everything else is against me. So if
That is
I'm also against me, we're not getting anywhere.
That's true. That's true. I like this philosophy. I'm gonna steal some of it if I
Thank you.
remember.
Thank you. Thank you. So, being a faceless account, I know like I have a lot of friends who are smaller authors coming up in the world and they are also faceless. Do you have any advice for those people to still figure out how to come across as authentic but still protect their
Um,
privacy?
I feel like the only thing that I'm really hiding is the actual face. Like when I post, it's me. I tell
Yeah.
everybody what I like, what I dislike. If I'm moody today, I'm very open that I am on anti-anxiety medication because I am an anxious person.
Yeah.
I think you still share bits of yourself. You don't have to share all of the facets of yourself, but you share enough that you still feel like an authentic person. If I see an account that is just like a picture, like a drawing or a logo,
Yeah.
and then they only share things about their books, I don't feel like that's a real person.
Mm.
So I do think that you have to talk to people, engage with them, tell them, how you're feeling today. And I have periods where I'm better at that than others. Sometimes I get really burnt out on socials and I kind of like disappear. Even if stuff is scheduled, I kind of mentally like check out for a while and then, but then I try to come back and like, you know, check in again, I guess. So,
Yeah.
You have to take breaks.
That is a big one.
And it's hard
It's
to do
hard.
in this business because it's
Yes.
constant. There's always new books. There's always a new release coming out. And yeah, so.
I it is something I harp on all the time. Like I'm really bad at it, taking a break because
Oh, I'm terrible. Yes, but I should do it.
yeah, I'm like I will be the most chronically online person you've ever met, but I'm also dying inside and wish that I could just go off for 2 seconds.
Yes, like I should take a week off and not do anything. Never happens, but I think
Mm-mm.
about it sometimes.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it's what we tell ourselves. It's what we tell
that's right.
ourselves.
That's right.
Do you have a favorite book that you've written out of the 160 plus?
Ooh, I have a couple of different like vibes mentally. Like
Okay.
Bad Guy was probably the most fun to write. Like
Okay.
that one, I just could not get to the keyboard enough. It was just so exciting to write. And like I wish I could like bottle that because I don't know what it was about that book, but for some reason I was just so hyped to write it. Um, I love Ice Planet Barbarians because it has done so much for me. But I think the one that I have like the warm fuzzies and feel the most proud of is Bound to the Battle God, which
Okay.
is the romantasy that I self-published. It's like 800 pages long, and it's a portal fantasy. And that one was one where I was like, I'm going to write this on the side, just like 500 to 1,000 words a day, just to pick at it.
Yeah.
Because it was a story I wanted to write, and I didn't really have the time to write it. So I just kind of picked at a little here and there. And it took like 2.5 years to write it. And when I finally got it out, and people were like, "Oh, I really enjoy this." I was like, "Yay!" That kind of like, that one's my baby, I guess. So
Yeah.
the child of my heart. So it turned
That's
out the
really
way I
cool.
wanted it to, so it made me happy.
That's so cool. I love when we get to do our little like special heart projects and they come to
Yes, yes. And
fruition.
everybody's not like, this is a crappy book. So
Yes,
that's
we
hard.
need the external validation is really good.
Yes, yes.
Do you have a favorite ice planet? Like your favorite
Um,
couple?
I think I really go back to I like Beck and Ellie, even though a lot of people don't,
Oh,
because
I love them. I love
I
them so
liked
much.
like turning this like turd of a man into somebody that was a good mate for someone else, somebody ne
Yeah.
that needed something else. And I also really enjoyed Josie and Haydn, Barbarian's mate,
Yes.
because I guess that one felt like the culmination of them like finally coming together after several books. That was a lot of fun. And she got eaten by a monster, and that was fun too. So I need to have more people eaten by monsters, I think. I need to get back to that.
Heard it here first, guys. That's so cool. Lila and Roken's story is my favorite.
Oh, yes, I love them too. So,
Well, I'm sure you love everyone.
yeah, well, yes, yes, yes. I think that one was a little harder to write because I had to constantly think about like, can Lila hear this?
Mhm.
And that so you're constantly playing that in the back of your mind.
Yeah.
But it was
I
fun.
I really like so obviously like the miscommunication trope is like a like a contest all the time of like if you like it if you don't. But my
Yes.
favorite sliver of the miscommunication trope is either a language barrier or like hearing impaired because it's like you have to try that much harder to show that you love that person or you're like
Yes.
interested in that person. And it's like one of my favorite tropes. And so when I read that, I was like, oh my God, this is the best thing ever.
Oh,
Like,
thank you.
of
Yeah,
course.
I am hearing impaired, so I wear hearing aids. You can't
Okay.
see too much,
Yeah.
but so I guess I'm always interested in like how far, what would happen if I was on the ice planet and like I
Yeah.
didn't have my hearing aids. I would only hear like 40% of a conversation, maybe. But so I guess that's something that crops up in a lot of my books is like I like to think like, oh, what would happen if, I lost my hearing aids or like Ariana in Zelaya's book, Ariana has anxiety. I was like, what would I do if I didn't have my anxiety medication and I was on an ice planet? And it's like the thought of having to manage that like manually. And I was like, wow, that would be a nightmare. Let me throw that on somebody. So a
I
lot of
don't want to
times,
deal with it. I'll make that
yeah,
character deal with it.
yeah, it's working through it to see how other people handle my problems.
Oh my gosh, that's really cool. I love that. I love that there's little pieces of you sprinkled
Yeah,
throughout all
yeah,
of your books.
absolutely. So I give them all of my issues and then I see what they do with them.
That's great. That's so funny.
It's like the
Okay.
meanest version of playing Barbies ever.
You're like, well, I don't want to deal with it. They can. They'll
That's
tell
right.
me how
That's
they'll
right.
figure it out.
Exactly, exactly. And I think some of that too is like um you personally coming to better terms with things too. It's a little therapeutic.
Yeah,
So yeah.
I love that.
Oh, thank you.
So obviously, you've published 160 plus books. Do
Yeah.
you have, I
That's a
mean,
lot when you say it like that. They're
there's
not
so
all full length books. Some of them are quite short.
they're still
Yeah.
all full stories. So
True.
that
Yes.
regardless of the length of the page, they're all full stories that you
Yes.
wrote. That's a lot.
It is. It
And
is. Yeah.
that's not even counting your previous pen names, right?
Yes. Yes. I'm quite busy. I am quite a few times in the internet copyright lawsuit. Quite a bit actually. So they're
Why?
Anthropic's gonna owe me a big check because they stole my books. Um, so you haven't heard
Really?
about the Anthropic lawsuit? Okay. So
No,
what
please
happened
tell
was
me.
they pirated like a million books, something like that, some
Oh,
ridiculous number of
yes.
books. Yes.
Yes.
And so they settled because it wasn't that they used the books to train the AI, it was that they pirated the or took pirated books. So now they
Yeah.
have to pay everybody copyright. And so if your book is in there, you're entitled to a certain amount of money. And I think I'm in there like I want to say like after they stripped everything down, I want to say I was in there like 120 times or something like that.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so Anthropic's gonna owe me a big old check. So
Good. As they
I know,
should.
right? So, but I would give it up if
Wow.
they would just stop training AI on our books entirely. So
Yeah. Just gross.
I know I hate AI. I hate it.
I hate it so much. It's
Yes.
really hard because I mean, I'm a creative. I've been designing and photographing like my whole life. And so like when you hear people argue like, no, it's real art, I'm like, are you kidding?
No, and it's in everything. I did see somebody was talking about oh God, I don't remember the quote, but it was like somebody that worked in music, and they were like, "I am in production, so I help the artist, and I coordinate like the musicians, and I make sure that the music is like at the right tempo, blah blah blah. So I'm producing it, but that does not mean I am a musician. I am
Mm,
producing it." And they're like,
yeah.
it's the same thing with AI. You're telling the machine, this is what it needs to look like, this is what it needs to do. You're producing the art that it spits out, but you are not an artist.
Not
And I
even a
feel
little
like
bit.
that's the part that people don't seem to grasp because they're like, oh, I told the computer what to do and it spit out a pretty picture. I'm an artist now. And I'm like, no, that's not how it works. So
Yeah.
you can play Guitar Hero on your PlayStation. That doesn't make you a guitarist.
That is a good point. That is a good
So
one.
yeah, yeah, it sounds just like the song when I play it.
But
So
if you tried to pick up a guitar, there's
right,
no way you
right.
could play it.
Yeah. So I feel like that is the hard part when people are like, I'm an artist, I'm a writer, I plug this in and it spit out a book. And so that makes me official now. It's like, no, you just push buttons. That's all you do. So,
That's it.
but I have a feeling it's not going anywhere. So I guess I don't want to bash it too much. No, fuck that. I hate AI.
There you
Oh,
go.
oh, the
It's the
worst.
worst. It's the worst.
Oh,
There's not a single no. There's the
yeah.
environmental issues, it's just
Yes.
it's
You know what? If you want to use AI to figure out like how to make cancer drugs like more effective and much cheaper, super. You don't need Ice Planet Barbarians to train it on anything.
yes.
There's nothing in there for you cancer research wise.
There's
So
nothing.
just yeah. So I don't know.
I want in like 10 years somebody reading Ice Planet and be like, I got an idea. And then they solve cancer from
Yes.
your
You know
book.
what? They're like, we all need a parasite. Yes.
Solved
Okay.
everything.
That's right. Problem solved. You're welcome.
You're welcome, everybody. Ice Planet Barbarians just cured cancer.
Right. Did what I could. I'm out of here, bitches. So yeah.
Lips hair. Okay, so what I was mentioning when we talked about the amount of books that you've
Yes.
written, do you have like any advice on how quickly you write? Because it's been 10 years under this pen name.
Yes. Yes.
So 163, I believe it is, in 10
Okay.
years.
Hmm.
You say, okay.
Yes. I haven't counted them, so but yeah, I believe it.
Okay.
So that's
So
like what, 16 a year? So it's more than one a month. Boy, I have problems. So okay.
we love your problems,
Yeah,
Ruby.
and I have slowed down. To be fair, I have slowed down. Like this year, I think because some of the books that I'm writing for New York are I'm trying to make them longer because if you're shelling out for a paper copy, I don't want you to be like this was really short and I read it in an hour. Whereas
Mhm.
like on an ebook, I don't care how short it is. The story is the story.
Right.
But the ones that I've been working on lately have been longer. That being said, for me, it's consistency. I sit down and I work every day. Some days it's 4 or 5 thousand words a day. Some days it's 1,000. But the key is to go and continually work on the story. If you write 1,000 words a day, for an entire month, in 30 days, you have 30,000 words. That can be a novella. That can be half of a story, half of a novel. That can be a third of a longer novel. But it's like if you just write every day, and 1,000 words is not that much, especially if you write every day, you're constantly getting faster. And some scenes write themselves faster than others. Um, if you write 2,000 words a day, that's 60,000 words in a month. You can publish a book a month.
Wow.
So it's not out of the realm of possibility, but people hear like, oh, you know, it's a book a month. I can't do that. Well, you can if you have certain things going on. This is my full-time job. So if I want to work from 8 in the morning till 9 o'clock at night, I can do that. It's probably not a good idea, but I can do that. I don't have children. So I have free time. My husband has his own hobbies. We get together, we watch TV, we eat our meals together, but like we do our own thing. So I do have free time. Um, I don't have the day job. I don't have kids. So I don't even have a dog because that's too much work. So I spend my time writing.
Yeah.
So with that, I have a lot of free space to sit and work and write. And if somebody has a family, they have 3 small children and a day job in finance, you're not going to be pumping out 5,000 words a day or whatever, and that's fine. But that doesn't mean that other people can't.
Mm, that's
So,
fair.
yeah.
Wow. It's just how much you want it, you
Yes.
know?
And how much you have going on in your life. I'm also relatively healthy. If you're disabled or if you have like health challenges, then of course it is going to be harder for you to sit at a
Yeah,
desk for 10
absolutely.
hours a day. So, yeah.
Wow. That's so cool. I didn't even think of like breaking it down like 16 a year. I just heard
Yeah.
160. I was like, huh?
And yeah, the shorter stories, they might only take like I have one that I wrote for Read Me Romance, because my friend has that podcast and it's one where they do like novella audiobooks.
Yeah.
And so I think I wrote that story in a weekend just because it's a short, ridiculous little story. It's like, here's the beginning, here's the middle, here's the end. Boom. And there are some books that take longer. Like I've been working on the next aspect and anchor, and which is the Bound to the Battle God series. That's a self-published fantasy. And I've been working on that one for over a year because I have to keep putting it aside and coming back to it. So
Mm.
it's like some books are faster than others, but I also tend to work on four or five at a time. And so one might be ready and with the editor while I'm working on another, and another one might be in production and audio while I'm doing this other one. And so it's just something's always on the production line.
I love that. So you moved to Ruby Dixon in 2015, and
Yes.
that was just a KU journey for
Yes.
you.
Yes.
What what happened to get you to being traditionally published with the Ice Planet Barbarians?
So with the pandemic, Ice Planet Barbarians went crazy on TikTok, and I kept hearing from people like it's on TikTok, and I'm like, that's nice. I'm not on TikTok. I wasn't on TikTok, so I was like, I don't know what that is, but okay. And then the books really started going viral on Amazon. Like they were creeping towards the top 100, and I was like, oh, people are finding my books, great. And then they got into the top 100. And when I say they, it's like 10 books 15 books at once, all were in the top 100. And I was like, okay, that's wild. And then Ice Planet Barbarians hit number one, and it was there for like 2 or 3 days. And I was like, what is this? And so I finally put TikTok on my phone and started looking, and there were just a ton of videos. And then I also noticed that there were videos from bookstores where they were saying, no, we don't have the Barbarian book. It's self-published. No, we don't carry this. Or like people would go in looking for it
Interesting.
and they didn't have it because when you self-publish, most of the time the books are not returnable by stores. And
Okay.
so if Amazon sends a box and nine of the books are all torn up, they don't get a refund on that. Whereas
Mm.
if you order them through a publisher and they send the box and 9 out of 10 are torn up, you send the nine back or you send the covers. I don't know how it works. And they'll give you a refund for that. So it's a lot
Interesting.
safer for them to purchase through a publisher than like publish on demand, POD, which is Amazon.
Mm.
So I was like, well, all these stores want my books and they can't get them. And I had worked with Berkeley in the past. And so I went to my agent and I was like, hey, I was like, can we reach out to Berkeley and see if they would be interested in doing, print versions of Ice Planet Barbarians? Because we keep getting asked for more books and, Amazon wasn't sending them out or they were terrible quality. And so we went to Berkeley and they're like, yeah, they're like, we'll offer on Ice Planet Barbarians. And I was like, only the print. I'm keeping the ebook because I want it to be in Kindle Unlimited. That's
Yeah.
where people found me. I want it to stay there. So we did print only, and that was a big deal at the time because nobody had been doing print only. I was like the test case. So they
Cool.
did that and it worked really well. And I think later on they actually picked up Dungeon Crawler Carl, and he is doing the same thing where it's print only because he's so successful in ebook that it doesn't make sense to give up those rights. So that was the one way we were able to get them in the stores. And I was like, I want new covers and I want it to be pretty, and I'm going to include some additional like content. That way people feel like there's a reason to purchase the book, even if
Yeah.
you've read it before. So, but yeah, that was long story short, not good at short stories. So,
That's okay.
yeah.
It's okay. The podcast is not meant to be short, so it's
There you go.
okay.
There you go. Oh man, how bad of a podcast would it be? I'd be like, yeah, that was it.
Be like,
Just
okay,
silence. Just
next
silence.
question.
Yes.
It's it can there are some times where you can tell people who are like used to having conversations about like books and some people who like aren't used to it, and I'm like, okay, let me walk you through it. Let me pull
Right,
a little
right.
bit more weight, but I'm used to it, so it's okay.
I'm saying
Come on, give me something.
that's right. That's right.
Oh my gosh, that's so cool. Wow, TikTok, I feel like changed so much of the bookish
It
world.
did. It did. There was like a hot moment. So back when self-publishing really took off, I want to say it was like 2010, 2011, which did not feel like that long ago. And now I'm like, God, that was a long time ago. When it first took off, people would just set their book at 99 cents and it would skyrocket to the top of the store and they would sell
Mm.
thousands and thousands of copies, and publishers would snatch up those authors and republish them. And then after a while, they had picked up so many authors, they were like, we're not doing self-published people anymore, guys. This is not working for us.
Interesting.
And so for a long time, it was like, okay, you can't self-publish if you want a traditional publisher to pick you up. And now we're back to post-pandemic, post-TikTok. Now we're back to you self-publish, build an audience, and then you can go to New York and have them publish you. So it's a wild ride.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. That's really cool. Do you think so?
But
I
it's all
know,
because
like,
of me. Yes. No, I'm just, it's not. It's not. It's just, I think that,
everybody say
yeah,
say thank you to
you're
Ruby
welcome.
Dixon because she is the reason. She's the
I
reason that you
try.
get to keep your ebook rights
I try.
and the reason that they're doing self-publishing again.
Exactly. It's all me,
All
100% me.
you.
Send your royalties to my PO box. No, I do think that I think Berkeley was willing to work with me because they had worked with me in the past. And
Mm,
so it wasn't that it was an unknown quantity. Like I had approached the editor that I had worked with before. And
right.
so it was a little safer, I think, for them to take that risk.
Yeah.
But it was just like a lot of pieces falling into place at once.
Dang. That's so cool. I
Yeah. It's
I
worked out well
love
for me. So
I love learning the lore
yeah.
of like when it all started. That's so cool. Oh my gosh, I love that. Okay. So if you were stranded on an
Yes.
alien planet
Oof.
and
Yes.
you could only bring two things with you, what would you bring? You had all your basic necessities, so don't feel like
Okay.
you have to bring
Okay.
water or
The world's biggest carafe of coffee grounds, like a barrel. Like I'm making a gesture, like a barrel of coffee grounds. I can't bring my cats or my husband, so we'll
no,
go
they have to stay.
coffee. And you know, maybe like an ebook reader filled with a bunch of ebooks, but then it would get uncharged. Maybe the world's largest container of toilet paper. There we go. There we go. Let's be practical.
Be practical. Coffee and
Right.
toilet
Put on
paper
like a laptop, but then the laptop will
die.
it will die, yeah, after about like 8 hours, so that's no good. Um, yeah, I'm gonna go with toilet paper. I feel like that would get more usage. I would get more bang for my buck, more pleasure out of having that.
I love that you picked two things that will run out.
You know what? Everything's fleeting. Everything's fleeting. So I can make it last though.
I
No,
believe
what
in
would
you.
you bring? What would you bring? That's a hard question.
That is a hard question. I didn't think about my answer.
Yeah, because like we're so connected to like the internet. Like I'm like I could bring a book, but just one book? Just one?
And then which one do you pick?
Yes.
And
Like
then
that
do
is a
you
practice all its own.
exactly, do you pick the
So,
longest book you like? But then like what if you get bored of that one? So like do you pick a
right.
smaller one?
So yeah, that's why I'm gonna go with coffee and toilet paper. Let's be practical for a hot minute.
You
So
know, I like that. I like the toilet paper for sure. That's
yes.
that's that's good. Oh my goodness, what else would I bring?
A barrel of body wash. Lotion. Mine
Lotion.
would get so dry in winter. So like there's like a whole I would need an entire CVS pharmacy. So just, cold medicine, tissue,
Yeah,
lotion.
I'm trying to think. Maybe this is so ridiculous, but like a fidget toy.
Okay, sure.
Like
Sure.
I have ADHD really bad, so like I'm just keep thinking like what am I gonna do? Like I feel like I'm gonna go crazy because I won't
Right.
have
A,
anything
a
to
deck of
do.
cards, but you could make cards. Like you could make cards out of something, maybe strips of wood or like
Yeah,
pieces of
I do like
like
the
leather.
cards. I do
Yes,
like the
chess.
cards
You can
idea.
make chess. Like you can make certain things. You can't make coffee. You cannot make coffee.
You cannot make coffee. So
Um,
I don't drink coffee at all.
oh, heathen, heathen. Okay.
So
Like
that's, I mean,
tea? Tea, maybe?
I wouldn't drink, like I wouldn't care enough to bring
How
it.
do you wake up in the morning if you don't have coffee?
So fun fact, I will go on like 5 to 6 hours of sleep like most nights. And I don't drink any coffee or anything. And I don't know if it is because of this. I read an article one time, but I don't know if this is like real. But I have ADHD and like caffeine has never done anything to me. So,
Okay.
like for whatever reason, I can drink coffee and I will like be tired. Like it like mellows me.
Uh-huh.
And so like I get nothing from caffeine. Even like
Wow.
sodas, like absolutely nothing. And I don't like carbonate. I'm really weird. I don't like carbonation because growing up like my mom never gave us soda. So I didn't get
Okay.
used to
Hey, that's
it.
good. You
Yeah,
probably have amazing teeth.
so such good teeth. But but yeah, so like I don't drink soda, don't drink coffee. And so I'd be cool with water.
You drink a lot of water.
I do drink a lot of water.
You at least like put some flavor in your water, like a slice of lemon or
No,
no?
I just like water.
Oh wow. All right.
I,
Okay,
I'm
well, I need
gonna.
coffee to function. Also need about 9 hours of sleep.
That's my
Oh,
husband. He
yeah.
cannot function without coffee. He like I'm a night owl, so I will be up until like 2 or 3
My
every night.
husband is too.
Yeah, he'll be
10
asleep at
o'clock,
like
I'm
10.
like,
Yep.
it's pumpkin time. I'm out of here. So, yeah.
No, I don't know what created me to be like this, but I every person I explain that to that like I barely sleep and I don't drink coffee, they're like, you are a menace, and that's
Yes.
insane.
I'm going to need a detailed breakdown of your family history to see what sort of genetics you inherited because I apparently have a slug in my family tree because I do not function that well. I'm a pro sleeper, 9 hours a night. As soon as I hit the pillow, I'm out. Like,
That's
oh,
I wish like I will go lay down at 11 or noon and I'll or noon, no, midnight. Not noon, sorry.
noon, sure, sure.
I would go lay down at 11 or midnight and I was like, okay, I'm not gonna be on my phone. I'm gonna go to sleep. And then I just lay there for so long and it is
Your
torture.
brain won't turn off.
Nope. No, no matter how hard I try, like it will not turn off. So it's like at least if I have my phone, I can be productive. I can plot out a podcast or I can
But
make
you're not
content.
supposed to have screens at night. That's why you can't sleep.
But even without the screen, I just lay there and then I'm bored.
Yeah.
It's a
Well,
tragic.
it should work for you though if you're only getting 5 hours of sleep. I
Yeah.
mean, oh, wow. No, I can't do that. So maybe
Okay.
I should bring a pillow to the alien planet.
That might be a good idea.
It might
Wait,
be.
did I say is the alien planet is it iced? Did I say that?
I don't know. I feel like
If it's iced,
let's go with
then
yes.
probably
Let's go with
like
yes.
a jacket, like a
That's a
really
good one. Yes.
insulated jacket. And oh, no, I got mine. I got mine. I'm ready. I want a hairbrush and a jacket. Because
All
if
right.
my hair is tangled, I will lose my ever-loving mind. So those are my two, a hairbrush and a jacket.
All right. That's a good one. Mine's coffee, coffee and a pillow and toilet paper.
Toilet paper.
We're adding things to this list. So yeah. Mine looks like a shopping list going to Target.
All things that are going to go away. Well, the pillow won't go away, but you'll have your pillow. In 6 months,
Right.
you'll still have your pillow.
That's right. It'll be full of dander in about a year, but that's a problem for the future.
Problem
So
for the future. At
that's
that
right. We don't
point,
talk about that sort of thing
no,
in
no, no,
romance novels.
no. At that point, you will have met a blue alien that will make you a pillow out of something, and then you'll be
That's
fine.
right. That's right. Perfect.
Perfect.
I just
Oh
won't tell
my
my
gosh.
husband.
No, no, no. It's okay. They don't exist in this world.
He can be my alien. So
I always talk about like I want to be immortal really bad and I want to get bit by a vampire, but I'm like, but he has to come because I he can't not also be immortal. So
right, right. You're
whoever
like, I'm
bites
gonna need
me,
you to bite my spouse
yeah,
now.
yeah. Like you can bite me, but
Right.
only if you do him too.
And then I've got cats. I'm gonna
Yeah.
need you to get those too, please.
Yeah, my dog. Can you go ahead and
Yes,
make
yes.
sure you get that
This
one?
is a whole family affair, guys.
Oh,
The vampire's like, God damn it,
yeah,
just biting
literally.
animals.
Like, dude, I was trying to bite you for my personal gain. No, 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 no. This is for me, and you need to get everybody that I would like to stay with me. Thank you.
Like, we have a list of demands.
Oh, so not only we're not entirely sure if vampires are real, but if they are, then we're going to demand that they
That's
do
right. That's
all of the
right.
things.
Pets come too. Pets come too.
Yes, pets comes too. I always say I'm like I want to be rich enough in order to get into a secret society that I find out if they're real or not because I need to know.
That would work.
That's my
And,
goal.
and you get a bunker somewhere,
Yeah,
maybe.
yeah. Or just move not here. And then
That would work too.
like I'll go buy an island somewhere very far away that nobody can.
That temperate, somewhere temperate. Like you could
Yes.
probably buy an island in like Nova Scotia, but
Easy.
yeah, but who wants an island in Nova Scotia? It's
I
like,
don't
do you
know.
have ice? That's how you get ice. You're like
That's where I'll
Poland,
bring my hairbrush and my jacket.
right? You're like, I'm ready.
I'm ready.
Here
There's
I am.
islands. I
Yeah.
guarantee there's islands
Yes.
that are comfortable to live on.
Yeah, absolutely. So we'll just ask Zuckerberg and his buddies.
Yeah. Who's the vampire? Let me know.
What if it's Zuckerberg?
Ooh, that might be
Yeah, I think
a
he's a
red.
lizard man actually. So
Yes.
there's
You
there's
know,
something in his eyes that is
he
uncanny.
does not like videos of him are terrifying. Like he doesn't look human. Like there's
Look for
like
him
a
blinking. I bet he doesn't blink.
I don't think he does.
Yeah.
He just I don't know. I don't know. There's
It's stuff
something.
like that that kind of ruined the whole billionaire romance thing for me. So,
Yep. I
yeah.
can't do it. I
Yeah.
can't. I'm cool with like a millionaire that like donates a lot, but when it
Sure.
gets to
Sure.
billionaire, I'm like, dude, no.
Yeah.
I can't. I went
So
on this
that's
I
why I
went on
write Alien Men.
yeah,
Yeah.
where money is not an object.
That's right. They're like, what is money? It's like, oh, you're perfect.
You're perfect. I love you.
Yes. It's like,
That's yeah, I like
now,
that a lot.
now we're
I
gonna invent toothbrushes, baby, right?
yeah,
So
money doesn't exist, but you know what will? Oral hygiene.
that's right. That's right. So
Oh my gosh.
it's
I've
something
had
you can learn
an
from me.
I've had an absolute blast talking with you. Are
Well,
you
thank
ready
you.
to...
I love how we just completely got off track in this last, section.
Oh,
Just
it's the best.
rambled. People are gonna be like, I thought this was about books.
Nope,
Nope.
not
No.
here.
But if you like this conversation, I've got 163 books for you.
She does. She does have 163 ready and waiting for you to
That's
go
right.
read.
Do you like nonsense? Well, pull a chair up.
Well, do I have a story for you?
That's right. That's right. We're on brand right now. On
We are.
brand.
We
There we
are.
go.
Okay, are you ready to do our goblins favorites?
I'm ready.
Yay. And now it's time for Goblin's favorites of the episode. All right, you ready to get started? You can go ahead and go first.
Okay. Okay, so I'm going to recommend, oops, can you see that? It's The Undertaking of Heart and Mercy
Yeah.
by Megan Bannen. And my computer is like
It
not, it's like
it, it doesn't
modifying
want to.
everything. Yes. So this is the special edition I had to snag, but the regular book is super pretty too, and you can get it in trade paperback. It's been out for a few minutes. There's three books in this series, and it is romanticy, and it's set in like I want to say it's almost like an Australian outback with portals and zombies. And
Okay.
she is an undertaker, a curvy undertaker. And he is the tall, grumpy guy who's secretly like says that he hates her, but he's really in love with her.
We love to see it.
And it's very cozy and sweet. There's kind of a you got mail sort of storyline going on. And I say cozy and sweet, there's on page sex. So it's not that
Of
sweet.
course. Of
Um,
course.
and if you want to like ugly cry at 3 in the morning, it is this book, Undertaking of Heart and Mercy. But it has a good ending. I wouldn't be recommending it if it did not have a happy ending. So this is my
Beautiful.
book that I think needs more love. It's beautiful. Megan
Yay.
Bannon is very light, funny writing, and I just adore her books. So
Yay. That's
yes.
so cool. Okay, so I am wrecking one book, but I'm going to show the other book because they're interconnected. So
Okay.
the book that I'm wrecking, I don't have, but my husband's gonna put it right there. Thanks, husband. Um, so this is called Leap into Faith by Rain Tetra. So this is book one. So this is Below the Shadow of the City. Leap into Faith is technically book two, but they're interconnected. You could read them in either order, it really doesn't matter. But they're both present day, but you find out that there is an underground cryptid kind of society. And it's so, oh my God, it's so much fun. Both of the FMCs in both books kind of go through a journey of finding out that exists and the world is not the way that they think it is. And it is so much fun. There is so much heart in this book. I was sobbing, I was giggling. Like it is incredible. It ends perfectly. And yeah, I love this book so much. So this one is like wolf, werewolf kind of thing.
Got the
And
hero?
yes, the
Oh,
MMC.
sweet.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes, of course. So that's the MMC, and then the girl is just regular human. And then Leap into Faith, the MMC is a frogman. And I have never read a
Leap,
frogman.
leap into
Leap,
faith.
there you
Okay.
go, there you go. But both of them are incredible, and I love her so much. She's like the sweetest. And also, her Instagram is one of the most beautiful Instagrams I've ever seen. Like she makes her content and it is stunning. So
All
huge,
frogs all the time.
oh yeah, huge love for her. Definitely go check her out. But yeah, that's my rec.
I am. That sounds great.
Yes, please do. It's so good. And she has more coming up. I think she has like a Minotaur Christmas one.
Say
And
no more.
oh
Right
yeah.
there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you'll love it. Okay, I'm gonna give you some time if you want to shout out what you're working on, what you're doing next, for everybody.
All right. What am I working on? Well, I had By the Horns come out in September. It's a hardback. And it is the second book in the Royal Artifactual Society. Yes.
Here it is.
Or is it Royal Artifactual Guild? Royal Artifactual Guild. And I
Yes.
do have a very short story coming up soon that is called When She's Stuffed. It's going to be a Thanksgiving story.
I'm so
And
excited.
I should have more stuff coming out in 2026.
That's so
The
cool.
next aspect and anchor I'm going to try and do in January or February. So, yeah.
Awesome. Wait, when she's stuffed,
Yes.
is it
It
is
is
it a
not sentient
okay.
object. I've
I
had that question.
when I first
It's
saw the
not.
title, I was like, is Ruby doing sentient?
No. So there's a turkey, a space turkey on the cover
Yes.
because I was like, if I put a sexy girl in lingerie like the other Rizda ones, and it says when she's stuffed, it's gonna go straight into the adult dungeon on Amazon. And
Fair.
I was like, yeah, I was like, and then it will just disappear forever. Nobody will ever see it.
Fair.
So there's a turkey, a space turkey.
I love
Yeah.
that. Incredible. I can't wait.
Oh, I'm excited for it. It was
Good.
fun.
Good. It's been so much fun having you here, chatting with
You.
you. Oh, it's been the best.
Oh, thank you. This was fun. It was great. Thank
Yay,
you
I'm
for
so
having
glad.
me.
Of course, of course. All right. Well, I
Okay.
hope you have a great rest of your day. I
Thank
hope y'all have a
you
great rest of
too.
your day, and we'll see you later.